Good morning, dear students. So, we are talking about antiderivatives or integrals. Dear students, as you see, if I ask you what is the derivative of x to the power of n, there your answer will be n times x to the power of n minus 1. So, it gives us the idea about the antiderivative of this whole function. Means antiderivative of, if somebody asks us what is the antiderivative of n times x to the power of n minus 1, we have to say x to the power of n. No? So, antiderivative means integral of n times x to the power of n minus 1 is equal to x to the power of n, provided one constant here. No? So, you see, dear students, the derivative of a function gives us about the idea of antiderivative of another function. That means if we know derivative, then we will be able to say the antiderivative of that new function. Antiderivative is that primitive, no? That is called primitive also. So like that, dear students, whenever one expression is given to you, try to bring it into that particular form whose derivative you know. Whose antiderivative you know. This is called standard form. Means we try to get the given expression in the form of a standard form. So now suppose a standard form can be like this. Suppose I am asked what is the antiderivative of integral of sin x. Integral of sin x. Then I should know sin x comes from what? Cos x. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Then antiderivative of sin x will be minus cos x. Like that it is. So that is the thing. So dear students, all the time the given expression will not be in standard form. Please keep in mind. All the time the given expression will not be in standard form. The given expression must be converted into a standard form. Got the idea? The given expression must be converted into a standard form. Okay, dear students, that is, for converting a given expression into a standard form, we have got several methods. One of these methods are one of the method is substitution method. So today we will learn by substitution method. So what is substitution method? Just you see, dear students, here suppose integration of sin x is asked, then you will say, oh, it is minus cos x, because you see d by dx of cos x will give us minus sin x. That means if we have to make it sin x, that means this minus sign should be taken here. So it will be d by dx of minus cos x will be positive sin x. So that way, if we proceed, that means integration of sin x must be written as minus cos x, because if you take the derivative of minus cos x, then only you will get positive sin x, because straight away derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Now, dear students, suppose sin x is not given. It is suppose something like this. Say integration of sin mx, m into x. M is a scalar quantity. So m into x. Then if you have to take this antiderivative of sin mx, but you know integration of sin x is minus cos x. Here also you could write minus cos this whole thing. But what will happen to this? Because it is with respect to x, but this variable is m times x. So in that situation, the variable can be changed. That is called substitution. Means we have, suppose let t be standing for m into x. Then for dx, because it was with respect to x, now since we are changing it into t, then with respect to t we have to take its integration. Means we have to find first dt. So dt on dx means derivative of t with respect to x is equal to m times d dx of x, d by dx of x. Got the idea? Because x is a constant number, so that's why we will keep it aside. So m times d by dx of x is what? 1. So dt by dx is equal to like this. dt by dx is equal to m. Got the idea? So now, dear students, you see, from here dt can represent what? M into dx, m into dx. Got the idea? So then, or dx, if I take this m this side, what will be? Dt by m is equal to dx. So in substitution method, this is always required like this, that we, according to our convenience, we will have to take a new variable to represent the variable portion of the function. Then after that, we need to find, to represent dx, what can be there in terms of the new variable. Got the idea? So now we will write for dx dt by m. So the original problem, now we will rewrite like this. We will write like this: integration of sine of, not mx, what we have taken for mx? T. So we will write here t. And for dx, what we have to write? dt by m. dt by m. Since it is a constant number, this 1 by m can be written like this separately: integration of sine t dt. Now its integration of sine t dt, what will it be? Integration of sine t 1 by m into sine t dt, that is 1 by m. Integration of sine t is what? Minus cos t, minus cos t plus c, minus cos t plus c. Therefore minus 1 by m cos t plus c. So therefore minus 1 by m into cos of t. T is what? mx plus c. This is our answer. Okay, dear students, this is called substitution method. Let us do some more. I am taking from exercise 7.2, question number 1. Twice x by 1 plus x square. We have to integrate this one. Okay. So when you are given a function and you want the antiderivative, at first you just try to discover, is there a term which can be the derivative of another term? If you notice in this particular question, twice x by 1 plus x square, just you think 1 plus x square, if its derivative we find out, it will be twice x or not? It will be twice x, because derivative of 1 is 0, derivative of twice x square is twice x. So here we can suppose for that part a new variable whose derivative is another term. So 1 plus x square we treat it as t. Suppose we say let 1 plus x square be taken as t. Then d by dx of 1 plus x square will be equal to d by dx of t, which will give us its derivative 0, its derivative twice x. Twice x equal to dt on dx. So then what you can say? Twice x into dx is giving us dt. Okay, dear students? So dt can represent twice x into dx. Now you write the whole problem. So you write, therefore, so we can mark it as 1. Now we write integration of twice x by 1 plus x square with the new variable we will write. New variable is what? 1 plus x square. Integration of twice x into dx. Twice x into dx is what? dt. So twice x into dx is dt. Divided by 1 plus x square is what? 1 plus x square is t. Okay. So integration of dt by t. Integration of dt by t is equal to, this derivative of log of x is what? Log of x for positive positive number, that is equal to 1 by x. 1 by x. So that way integration of 1 by x dx will be equal to log of x. So log of mod of x. So it will be log of mod of t plus c. Don't forget to write the c. Therefore it will be log of, now you replace the t, log of t. T is stand for what? 1 plus x square. Okay, plus c. This is our answer. Okay, dear students, this is the answer. let us take question number 2 also. Okay, some idea you will get. Log x whole square divided by x. Dear students, tell me whose derivative is another, means here two parts are there, numerator, denominator. One of these derivative is the other one. What is that? Derivative of log x is what? 1 by x. So we can take log x as t. Then the whole thing will change into, just you see, if we consider log x as t, question number 2, log x whole square by x, integration of t. So if we consider log x as t, then d by dx of log x is equal to dt by dx, taking the derivative of both sides with respect to x. It will be 1 by x and this will be dt by dx. So now you see, dx comes here, it will be dx by x is equal to dt. Now then dx by x can be substituted by dt and log x by t. So we rewrite the whole question again. So therefore log x whole square by x dx is equal to integration of log x is what? T whole square divided by that is into dx by x. Now for this dx by x, what you can write? dt. So t square into dt, integration of t square into dt. As you know, this is a standard form. What is its antiderivative? T to the power of power increase 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus c. So this is the, so t is what? Log x. So you substitute it now. Log x 2 plus 1 is 3 divided by 2 plus 1 is 3 plus c. So this is the answer for question number 2. Okay, dear students. Now I am taking question number this one, say 5. 4, 5 similar only. I am taking question number 5. So cos of ax plus b or sine of ax plus b. If we take its derivative, we will get cos of ax plus b and some other constant numbers. No? So we can take one of these two as a t, suppose. We can substitute. So here let us take sine of ax plus b as t, then dt by dx is equal to cos of ax plus b and its a, no? dt by dx will be like that. Ax plus b, its derivative is a, and cos of, it will be cos of ax plus b. So then what will it be? dt will be equal to, or a you can bring here, dt by a is equal to cos of ax plus b times dx. So now dear students, just you think, where this part is there, that can be replaced now by dt by dx. Okay, so let us write the original expression. Therefore sine of ax plus b into cos of ax plus b dx. Now we will write this here. For this cos of ax plus b into dx, you write as dt by a, and sine of ax plus b you can write as t. So integration of t, then this will be dt by a, dt by a. So our whole expression will be now 1 by a into t dt. So it take its antiderivative t square by 2 plus c. So whole answer will be like this: 2a, t stand for sine of ax plus b the whole square plus c. This is our answer. Okay, dear students, this is the answer. Look at question number 9. Look at question number 9. See, 9 is like this: in bracket 4x plus 2 square root into square root of x square plus x plus 1. This whole thing, if you analyze nicely, the part inside the square root sign, that part if you take its derivative, it will give you this one. Taking this 2 as a common factor, you will get here 2x plus 1. So that twice x plus 1 you can obtain from here. So if we consider this as a t, no, it will be like this now. So I am taking question number 9. So let us take, here it is 4x plus 2 into x square plus x plus 1, taking antiderivative. Let us consider x square plus x plus 1 as t. Then dt by dx will be equal to twice x plus 1. dt by dx will be twice x plus 1. Or you can say 2 times of dt by dx will be equal to 4x plus 2. No? If we multiply 2 both sides, 2 in both sides, and it will be 4x, it will be 2. Here I have multiplied 2. So dear students, now you see, that is twice dt is equal to 4x plus 2 into dx. That means you have like this, 4x plus 2 into dx to replace 2 into dt. Okay, 4x plus 2 into dx can be replaced by 2 into dt, and this whole thing will be inside square root sign, and that will be by t. So now our original problem was like this. So therefore we write the original problem. Original problem was 4x plus 2 into under root x square plus x plus 1 dx. So it will be now integral of 4x plus 2 into dx is 2 into dt under root x square plus x plus 1 is t. Okay, so 2 is common here, sorry, 2 is constant here, then dt we take that way, t to the power of root t means t to the power of half dt. Take the antiderivative by that our formula, no, 2 into t to the power of half plus 1 divided by half plus 1 plus c. So the answer will be 2 into, this will be 3 by 2, so it will be t to the power of 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 plus c is equal to 2 into 2 by 3 into 3 to the power of 3 by 2 plus c. So 4 by 3, t stand for x square plus x plus 1 and 3 by 2 here plus c. This is our answer. Okay dear students, so you try questions up to 15. Up to 15 you try. Then the remaining questions I will show you again afterwards in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day.